The management of Geometric Software. Manu Parpia, the MD and CEO of the company, joins us. It's been a very good quarter for them. They've seen a dollar revenue growth of 9%, much higher than a lot of their larger peers. Mr. Parpia, good morning. Thank you for joining us. It's been an all-round, solid performance by the company. Just tell us on the top line itself, what is Geometric doing well that other larger tier companies are not? And do you think this 9% growth is something that is sustainable through the year, through the fiscal?
So I don't know about others, but we have been steadily investing in our sales engine. And I think, some payoff is expected. So maybe this is the quarter in which you see the payoff. Nonetheless, I would caution you to read the numbers a little more carefully quarter on quarter, because in the previous quarter, you might recollect, there was a write-off of 1.5 million. So when you add it back, the growth is about 5% on a consolidated basis as against the figure you might be looking at. So nonetheless, it's a very decent performance. And as I have indicated, that in future, we would continue to see modest growth.
Okay. Would it be 9%? I mean, high single digits?
No, I would say 9% is not modest. That's pretty outstanding, as you correctly pointed out.
Okay. In terms of new deal wins, what is the outlook at this point in time? I noticed that you've signed deals worth about $13 million or so.
Yes, that's right. And we expect new deals to be stable and steady, because for us to produce modest growth as we anticipate, some projects come to an end. So there is some drop off in the previous quarter's revenue, and there is new deals coming in. And if we stick to this level or even slightly below this level, we are comfortable in moving in a trajectory which meets our budget.
What's modest? Is it 7? Is it 5?
No, I wouldn't want to give a figure. Otherwise, I would have given a figure.
Okay. Well, how about margins? Do you see that scope for further improvement in margins? Will you all be able to bill higher? Or, yeah, please go ahead.
So actually, it's not about bill higher. We have several areas where we can improve our margins. One is in terms of offshore-onshore mix. Second area is on part of our cost of revenue, which we feel is not in line with market, and we have begun an exercise to bring it more in line. And then there are other areas where we need to improve our operational efficiency, which we are tackling. So I think all of these areas will help us improve our margins. I expect in this quarter to have some improvement, but probably not that much. But in the quarter that follows, namely Q3, we expect to see a much better impact of our initiatives.
Okay. Last quarter when we spoke to you, you had indicated that you received confirmation of this aerospace contract in North America. What's the latest on that front, and what is the order size?
It didn't give the order size, and I don't want to get into that, but it's a multi-year contract, and it's now under execution. There is a small ramp-up period, so this quarter was part of the ramp-up. We will see the benefits coming in the quarters to follow, which will probably the impact will start in Q3.
Which are the sectors in which you expect to do well, Mr. Parpia, in terms of winning orders?
Actually, we expect improvements through 4 out of our 5 verticals: automobile, aerospace, industrial, which is off-highway machinery, and emerging and software. So these are the 4 verticals where we expect to see growth. We see a more flat growth in our technology sector, that is geometry technologies.
Okay. Just one final word then before we let you go. The company has had very erratic financials. Last quarter was quite disappointing, as you just pointed out yourself.
Yes.
Do you think the worst is over for Geometric? And now do you expect to see, because of all the measures that you're undertaking, do you expect to see some stability in earnings going ahead?
I certainly hope so. This is my objective, and this has been the direction. I think we have taken several steps, which we started taking even last year, and actually some of the adjustments that took place last year were as a result of other steps we have been taking, you know, finding out all the areas of problems. So I think overall, I am certainly looking forward to a stable growth environment.
All right, Mr. Parpia, we'll leave it at that. Thank you very much for joining us with those details about your Q1 earnings. Well, the markets also have perked up. So if the highs got sold in early morning trade, the dips have gotten bought. And that's important to both the mid-cap indices and the Sensex Nifty are in green terrain, and the Bank Nifty is actually raised 0.5% higher. We'll discuss all that. We'll also take a break and come back and speak to the Just Dial management. They posted